Hey everyone, it's Mark. This is my recap for Pokémon Journeys episode 55, The Tale of the Glimwood, Tangle, and You. This was the 1140th episode of the Pokémon anime. We got another Chloe focused episode this time around, and Ash got to meet another Galar gym leader. Let's break down the episode and get into the review. I guess all Chloe-focused episodes now are going to start with a Yamper and Eevee cuddle fest, which I'm not going to complain about. Chloe goes to find a book to read, and one falls off the shelf, randomly open to this page with a picture of Galarian Ponyta and Rapidash. Chloe and Eevee then enter this weird dream sequence-like state where they can see a Ponyta tending to an injured Rapidash, and it looks like the Ponyta is almost calling for Chloe to come and help. This was a really weird scene, and I'm not really sure how to interpret it. It was clearly fate or something like that this Ponyta was able to communicate with Chloe like this, but why Chloe? Why ask some random girl in Vermilion City to solve this problem? Is that specific book some kind of secret communication device, or what's the deal here? So Chloe takes the book to her father, who's surprised to see her asking about a Pokemon. After Ash and Go express their interest in seeing the Galarian forms of these Pokemon, Professor Cerise gives the three of them permission to go search for them. And so they instantly teleport to the Glimwood Tangle. Okay, I'm sure they traveled there somehow, but it's still strange to me that Ash is now able to be anywhere in the Pokemon world at the drop of a dime, since back in the day it would take him seemingly weeks just to get from one town to another. They spend time exploring the forest and even detailing how Ponyta and Rapidash got their Galarian forms, which apparently came about through absorbing this forest energy over generations. I'd never heard that explanation before, but that's pretty cool. It doesn't take long for Ash and Go to get caught up in chasing the first wild Pokemon they see, and Go ends up catching a Morlul. Chloe, on the other hand, spots a Galarian Ponyta, and after Eevee starts running after it, she eventually decides to chase after it too. It's the same Ponyta from her earlier vision, and it leads them to this injured Rapidash. Apparently, this Rapidash is seriously injured after falling into the ravine they're currently in. Chloe wonders how she can help and eventually remembers that there's something in the book she found about how to solve this problem. I guess I should mention that this book has the same title as this episode, and I guess Chloe must have read it on the flight over to Galar or something like that. In order to help Rapidash, they need to find this rainbow flower somewhere in Glimwood Tangle, and so off they go to look for it. Meanwhile, Ash and Go are looking for Chloe when it starts raining, and they happen to find Bal and Leia in the middle of the forest. Is it Bal and Leia or Bal and Lay? I'm just gonna call it Bal and Leia for now. Anyways, Opal sneaks up on them and scares them, and when they try to tell her that they're looking for a girl and an Eevee, Opal responds by just asking them quiz questions. More on this later. Back over to Chloe and Eevee, who are trying their best to keep up with Ponyta on their way to the Rainbow Flower. Just as they arrive at their destination, some Impidimps show up and steal her bag and thermos, and Chloe responds by reminding us why she is the queen of facial expressions in Pokémon Journeys. Of course, hilarity ensues as she tries to get her stuff back, and at first their attempts are unsuccessful, until Eevee starts messing around with the Impidimp, and they start throwing berries at each other. I'm not sure if this was intentional on Eevee's part, and if she figured out that the Impidimp just wanted to play around, but eventually Chloe gets the message and a big berry food fight breaks out. After having their fun, the Impidimp fill Chloe's thermos with the Rainbow Flower's sap and then give her her stuff back, before heading on their way. Cut back to the injured Rapidash, and the Rainbow Flower's sap immediately takes effect, healing its serious injury. In order to fully heal Rapidash, Ponyta uses Heal Pulse on it, which Eevee copies using her copycat technique. This works, and Rapidash and Ponyta invite them on their backs to give them that horse ride that I included at the beginning of this video. This was a cool scene, and after seeing it in that trailer almost 2 months ago, I wasn't sure how we were eventually going to get to it, but I thought this was a fun little story with Chloe healing the injured Rapidash. Now, let's check back in on Ash, Go, and Opal, and Bal and Leia and see how things are going. Oh my, Pink! Looks like they're having a great time. Seems like with every wrong answer to one of her questions, Opal has decked them out in more pink clothing, Pikachu and Cinderace included. Well, at least one of them seems to be enjoying their new look. Just then, Chloe and Eevee arrive on the back of Rapidash and Ponyta, and Opal explains how she thought the right move was to have Ash and Go wait here instead of blindly searching for them in the Glimwood Tangle. I actually thought this was really smart writing. Opal just kind of tricked the boys into taking her trollish quiz because she knew it would stop them from running out into the forest and getting lost themselves. Opal is the Bal and Leia gym leader after all, so it's probably not the first time visitors have come to her asking for help and finding someone lost in the Glimwood Tangle. Just as Ash and Go approach Chloe, the Galarian Pokemon run away, and that's the last we see of them. No one caught a new Pokemon in this episode then, which I did predict last week. Well, I mean, Go did catch that Morlo, but Go catching a random Pokemon doesn't really count, now does it? Cut back to the Cerise lab where Go has brought his Morlo, and Chloe takes one last look at the book to end the episode, and her closing the door brings it to a page with another picture of Ponyta and Rapidash, but this time with an Eevee and a fair lady riding on top of them. This was a strange way to end the episode, in my opinion. The way they cut back to Chloe sleeping with the book in front of her made this seem like she had dreamt that whole adventure, but that can't be possible since Go did have the Morlo that he caught. Strange. I'm giving this episode a 7 out of 10 rating. I don't have too much analysis about this episode really. I thought it was fun, and the official rating I put down in my records was actually a 6.5, but since Glimwood, Tangle, and Bound Leia are two of my favorite locations in the entire Pokemon world, I'll round it up to a 7 out of 10 for this review. Even though I had said last week that I didn't think Chloe was going to catch Ponyta, the way the episode opened with her having this weird vision about the Ponyta and Rapidash almost made it seem like fate had it that she was going to end up catching one of them by the end of the episode, but no, she just got to save them and ride them instead. It was a fun, harmless story, but nothing too spectacular or noteworthy in the end. As for Ash and Go, of course Go was going to catch a new Pokemon, but that's not really news. How did you guys feel about Opal's involvement in this video? My guess is that quite a few people are disappointed that she didn't even hint at the fact that she's a Galar gym leader, and there seemed to be no inclination that her and Ash were ever going to battle one another. Personally, I was fine with what Opal did in this episode since I don't really have the expectation that Ash is going to battle every Galar gym leader. And anyways, Opal's character in Sword and Shield is way more interesting than her battling, so I thought it was funny to see her 100% trick question quiz make its way into the anime. And everyone getting dressed in all pink and hating it was funny, especially Cinderace's carefree acceptance of the new look. I'm not really sure what else there's to say about this episode, to be honest. It was a fun trip to Glimwood, Tangle, and Bound Leia, and we got to see another Galar gym leader. Would it have been better if Ash and Opal had a battle instead of a quiz, and if Chloe had caught Ponyta? Maybe it would have improved this episode, but I'm not sure if that would have helped things in the long run. I actually don't think Chloe is going to catch any Pokemon besides her Eevee, and well, maybe Yamper eventually. What do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comments. Come on. The next episode is another one that was previewed in that Christmas Day trailer with Ash and Go traveling to Kalos to train with Wickstrom. I have no clue what the reasoning is behind this and why Ash suddenly gets to train with an Elite Four member at a castle that is unfortunately not Ash's return to the Battle Chateau. It looks like Go's Scyther is going to get in on the training action along with Ash's Farfetch'd. I said in my trailer breakdown video that Ash's Farfetch'd was going to evolve in this episode, and I think I stand by that. Leave me your guys' predictions. Is Farfetch'd evolving next episode? Is Scyther? Both? Neither? I'm excited to find out. Thanks as always for watching, and be sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for helping me reach 800 subscribers, and hopefully we'll hit the big 1K before you know it. With that said, I'll see you guys next time.